Lawmakers are gearing up for a potentially dramatic and late day here on Capitol Hill, where the 118th Congress is about to be sworn in just a few hours from now. And among the freshman class is Washington State auto repair shop owner Marie Gluesenkamp Perez. She beat the former President Trump-endorsed candidate, Republican Joe Kent, flipping a formerly Republican-held seat in a district that voted for Trump twice to Democrats. Congresswoman-elect Marie Gluesenkamp Perez is with us now this morning. Thank you for being here. It must be remarkable for it to be your first day in Washington. You're going to be sworn in. I know a lot of your family is here, and you're watching all this drama play out on the Republican side. You know, what do you make of it all?
I think drama is a great word for it. You know, I have to be honest. Like, I don't think the average American is paying a whole lot of attention or feels very inspired by what's going on with this chaos. So it's definitely interesting.
But you see it more of a distraction?
Listen, it matters. Like, having a leader that can get stuff done, that can fix things, that can work across the aisle, that is what people care about. That's what matters to normal working families like mine. Kevin's not that person. He's never going to be that person who can work across the aisle and deliver. So I think it's, even if folks aren't paying a whole lot of attention to it, you know, it does matter.
Yeah, it does matter. And there's been this idea of a unity candidate potentially emerging if it does, you know, devolve into chaos today. And maybe there is someone that Democrats would actually come across the aisle and vote for. Is that something that you and other freshmen have discussed behind the scenes?
I don't know how many folks are discussing it. I mean, there are a lot of Republicans I respect and think would do a much, much better job. So, you know, I think it'll be an act of God if we can deliver a unity candidate, but it would be great for America.
Which Republicans would that be?
I mean, honestly, naming names at this point is probably counterproductive. And it's not, I'm not in leadership. I'm not trying to be a member who's a party insider and spending a lot of energy thinking about leadership questions. So I am very interested to see what, today will not be boring.
It will not be boring, that's safe to say. You had a fascinating win. As we were just talking about the district that you won in, it voted for Trump twice. You were up against this Trump-backed opponent. You had this appeal, though, during your campaign that looked a lot different than what other Democrats were running on across the country, this working class appeal. And I wonder how you are going to use that to shape your time here in Washington.
Yeah, I mean, working for a living, working in the trades, being a rural American, those are things that all inform the way that I look at the world and what my priorities are. And that's probably why I don't care too much about the leadership questions and this drama. It's how do we make people's lives measurably better? Like, my small business has been broken into 4 times now. Just got broken again into a few weeks ago. I had a car stolen a few weeks ago. It's a really difficult time for a lot of people, and it just, so much of this leadership question feels like drama.
And do you think members of your party are paying enough attention to issues like that, like crime, like the things that you've been dealing with yourself?
I don't think, I think that what I've seen is that to get elected, to be in Congress takes so much money. It takes so much, such a network. I think it's really, really hard for normal people to be elected into Congress. And I feel really grateful to have had this unique set of circumstances where I was able to communicate with my district and able to put my experiences to use in a way that I think will serve my district well.
And what can Democratic leaders on Capitol Hill learn from that experience and from you?
Well, I don't think it's really about me. I don't think it's about me as an individual. I think it's more about sort of the overriding principles of building a Congress that looks more like America. I think that the candidate selection process is fundamentally broken. You know, what people think makes it, what a lot of kind of political people think makes a good candidate, a lot of Americans don't agree with anymore. We don't just want like single men who have a law degree. You know, we want people that fix things for a living. We want young moms. We want people that struggle to get a mortgage.
And you are one of those young moms. We should note you have a 16-month-old. I know you have a lot of family members here. Congresswoman-elect, soon to be Congresswoman, thank you so much for joining with us and sharing a really important perspective, I think, on how you're approaching Congress.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don